Kia ora, greetings, good morning, hello, ni hao, good day. So where are we? Oh, we're day 31 of 120 integration or reintegration, a process that I am undertaking to connect and reconnect with my wholeness and myself. Right, where are we at? So it's morning. It's a Saturday morning actually, and so there's no work. And the thing with that is that it makes life just a little bit slower and a little bit more enjoyable. And you know what I've realised, just sort of reflecting on things, is how much more discipline was required than I realised. But more that how easy it is just to slip back into that daily life routine, you know, and those little patterns of behaviours that eventually lead to other patterns of behaviours that eventually got me where I was and where I don't want to be anymore. And so, you know, sort of nipping those behaviours in the butt early has become really important. The other thing is the value of having that discipline at the start and the end of the day. You know, so I get up, I meditate for about an hour. I do my ablutions, you know, shower and clean myself. I feed the boy, I make the bed, I feed the boy. You know, I stack wood, collect water, and then sort of get on with the day. And then, of course, at the end of the day is that doing the, you know, getting up, making sure that I have a completely clean kitchen before I then, you know, go to bed at night. And I've had a couple of situations. You know, I had one night where I came home, I'd been travelling, I was tired, I had a quick feed, and then went and sat on my bed, and the next thing I know is, you know, I'd conked out and gone to sleep. I woke up, it was about 11:45, and I thought, oh, I'm going to go to bed now. And then I realised I had bloody dishes to do. And so I got up and I did those dishes quite happily, and then into bed. So yeah, but that discipline and it doesn't seem like a lot, and it probably isn't a lot. But maintaining that discipline can be a challenge. The other one is being around food and the discipline around that, and that has been a real challenge. Haven't slipped back into the whole sweet tooth sugar thing yet, which is really good. And continuing with things like the MCT oil and the juicing first thing in the morning and that sort of stuff. But you know, the cravings are there. Right, what can I tell you? So one of the things I do every morning, one of the things I do every morning is when I come out here and I do a little card pull. And I know, like, so many people do this, right? And I have 2 decks at the moment, and they vary. And you know, sometimes the Oracle deck, sometimes the Tarot. So at the moment I'm using these Angel Guide decks from Kyle Gray, and they're great and I love them. And I can't remember where I got them, but I'm stoked about them. Now, the cards I got this morning was very much, and it says trust the universe. And is that something that you do? Do you trust the universe and just know that, you know, the universe has got your back? For me, it's one of the it's a fundamental belief that I've had, I reckon, all my life, actually, and I'm not sure where it's come from, but I always knew and always know that the universe has my back, and when things that feel unpleasant happen to me in life, I know that it's because it's the universe, you know, pushing me and flicking me off in other directions. And I've had some pretty shitty things happen. And but when I reflect on those shitty things, fucking some amazing things have come out of it, and some amazing opportunities, and so often opportunities are, you know, disguised as you know, unpleasant experiences or unpleasant things, and sometimes you get the opportunity to experience those through choice, and that's hard, but sometimes you get it where, you know, the universe just gets a big bloody sledgehammer and goes smack, there you go, time for a bit of change, sunshine. And so yeah, but I always knew that the universe, it had my back, and that I could always trust it. The other cards that I do is and these are pretty new to me, these Buddhist reading cards. They're very exciting. Now, I got the Path, and this made me giggle. So, no one saves us but ourselves. No one can, and no one may. We ourselves must walk the path. So the path of enlightenment is an endless process. Ain't that true? You have to practice diligently and with discipline. And I got the diligence part. It's the discipline that I struggle with at times. Eventually you will become the path itself, and fewer struggles and sufferings will come your way. And I think that what's interesting is that, like, the world outside you doesn't change, right? So the shit that is coming in that you have to deal with on a regular basis, that's life, that's living. And, you experience life through living it. Not talking about it, not watching it on fucking YouTube or on a screen. It's about getting up off your ass and getting out there and experiencing it. And I think what changes, the struggles and the suffering that goes on, what changes is that you respond differently. Well, I won't say you. What for me, I respond differently to life now. The challenges that come through me and to me, I respond differently to them, and I embrace them and I thank them. And the unique and interesting people that I deal with on a regular basis, whether it's professionally or personally, I thank and acknowledge them as well. Because, one is they show me parts of myself that I haven't seen, but they also teach me tolerance and respect. And not that I didn't have tolerance or respect, but it's that whole thing of, it's life in action, right? You're just living and doing. Anyway, that's 7 minutes and 7 seconds, or it's 10 seconds now, but anyway, that's more than enough for me. Leave a comment, tell me what you think. Go well, enjoy the day.